So we have our box here. All right, gonna do a little bit of smoothing. I like to use a wooden rib that has the flat edge on it. That way it'll help scrape these things a little bit smooth, give me a little bit sharper edge. I'm gonna go around all my sides. I wanna make sure that I smooth in this, because remember, this is the bottom, okay, or was the bottom, and I can still see those little seams where it was attached. So I wanna make sure that I get everything nice and clean, just so that it's nice and square all the way around. All right, the extra little bit of smoothing will also help connect all of these pieces together, so therefore we have a good, solid, strong box. You can see that I'm just kind of going over it a couple of different times, a couple of different angles, and then smoothing it together. And then your best tools are your fingertips usually. So therefore we can smooth that in nice and clean. Like so. All right, as I mentioned, we made this upside down. This used to be the bottom, okay? So now what we need to do is figure out how we're gonna cut off the lid. Now this may also depend on what your overall design is for your box. Hopefully you have something in mind, something that you're planning on doing as far as the theme and decoration for the outside of it, okay? So that when you cut the lid off, the lid should also emulate that same theme. It should kind of go along with it, give it that sense of visual unity, okay? Using one of our elements and principles of design, principles of design for that matter. Okay, so nice and clean, nice and straight, all right? At this point, I've got an idea of what I'm gonna be making this look like, but in order to cut the lid off, all right, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back to that same 45-degree angle. So I'm gonna actually draw out how I want this to be done. And you can see my line there. Just kind of going in a wavy line. I'm gonna do kind of a beachy, bubbly, waterish kind of a theme when I'm all done with this, all right? And so I'm coming all the way back around. So I wanna make sure that this lines up. Now, if I'm not happy with this for any reason, I can always change my mind, just smooth that out and redraw it, all right? So that's why I always like to draw stuff first so it doesn't come out. All right, now, here's the tough part. Take your needle tool, plunge it through the clay at a 45-degree angle, just like that. Okay, so you can see that. Okay, and then what I'm gonna do is very simply keep it at that 45-degree angle, just like we did for our edges that we cut out, okay? And I'm just gonna work my way around, following that line that I just created. One more side here. Again, keeping this at a 45-degree angle is very important. Keep it perpendicular to the edge so that it doesn't change its direction, okay? And there we go, all the way around. And just like magic, voila, okay? Now what I've got is I've got an edge. You can see that it's got an angle this way and an angle this way. So that way when we put this back on, okay, it's not gonna slide around. The other thing is that because I made a wavy line design, it's only gonna go on one way. It won't fit on this way because the lines won't line up. So we make sure that we line that up exactly the same way, all right? So that's cutting off the lid,